retarded Ozempic walrus has been indicted on
The Ozempic
18
walrus
counts by a federal grand jury. Oh boy.
We have breaking news right here on CNN from our Caitlin Polans, who has been reporting on the possible indictment of John Bolton, the former national security advisor for President Trump in his first term. Caitlin, what do we know?
Casey, John Bolton, the former national security advisor to Donald Trump, a longtime federal government official, has been indicted by a grand jury. We are learning that...
Damn, the fucking government shutdown's really been going on for 15 days now? That's insane.
Two different sources from our producer, Hannah Rabinowitz, at the Justice Department, and we have confirmed that the grand jury was in today with the lead prosecutor on that case, the same prosecutor who had been on some of the documents of the search of Bolton's house just 2 months ago, or not even 2 months ago.
What a surprise.
A prosecutor who also has some experience in investigating these sorts of things. He was a prosecutor that was also working on the Biden classified documents handling investigation that led to no charges. But in this situation, the bulk of
they
this...
got him.
Do you guys think that maybe that's what happened to Hillary? And that's what happened to, it's probably what's going to happen to this guy? Because you notice that they found all that information about Hillary, and I kind of thought about this just with the last video. What if Trump's been using all this information to be like, look, we're either going to charge you and you're going to go to jail, or you can drop out of politics and do your own thing, and we'll leave you alone. That's kind of a spooky thing to think about, isn't it? Because you noticed ever since all that drama came out with her having all that stuff on her private server, you haven't seen hide or hair of her. It could be true. Like, if you really think about it, this could be a way for Trump to not necessarily it would be blackmail, to blackmail this guy to shut him up and keep him from making another book. Just be like, we're either going to bury you or you're going to shut the fuck up and go away. And you have your choice. I feel like that's what's actually going to happen.
This time.
Case. It's been going on for several years, and our understanding is that it's about John Bolton's use of an email account with AOL, an email account where he was...
That's the same thing that Hillary did. That's the exact same thing that Hillary Clinton did. That's odd. That's interesting.
You know, of course, he's old. He's got an AOL account.
Diary-like notes and summaries of his time as national security advisor to himself.
Oh, I guarantee you Trump is dismantling so much stuff behind the scenes that we will never know about. There is so much that goes on behind closed doors, even with, like, either side. Either side. I'm sure Biden dismantled a lot of shit, or whoever was in charge of Biden, or whatever that happened with Biden. I'm sure a lot happened then, too. There's a lot they do behind the scenes that they don't talk about. I promise you.
At times, even sending them to his wife and daughter. And that is the sort of thing that the Justice Department does say frequently, not just in the climate of a Trump administration, that that's something that you should not do. We have seen many charges like this before of other high-ranking officials. And that also with John Bolton in those search warrants and what were...
They really tried. They tried to bury Trump. They really did. They tried everything they could to bury Trump before the elections came up. And I do kind of feel like, in a way, it was definitely biased because of, like, the 14 charges of the same thing. Like, come on. I think that it's odd, but it's kind of ironic that now that Trump is the president, he is single-handedly dismantling not only everything that the Biden administration has done in the past 4 years, but he is single-handedly trying to shift all of the Democratic areas and, like, take some of them out so that way it makes them harder to get representation. He's and he's trying to put people in jail. Top everything off. It's kind of like he's getting his revenge one way or the other. It just feels really like spiteful, you know?
Very likely to see in court going forward is that the Justice Department saying he should have known better. Casey?
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it, bro.
Yeah, like how hard is it to not break the law?
Can
Like
you
seriously.
take us through here the timeline of investigations into John Bolton and just what we know and don't know about the administrations under which they were started, because there was a probe into his book that started under the first Trump administration that the Biden administration later dropped. Can you just walk us through what we know, what we don't know about whether these two things are related?
Yeah, Casey, I think as far as thinking about this, in which administration did it start, it's not about both of those things became part of the search warrant, one aspect, but this AOL account.
Apparently he was able to get some kind of protection for the files that he had because he was going to use them in a book. I don't understand why, as a senator or a political professional who is getting paid from the White House, you are even allowed to take classified documents home, period. How is there not like a checkout person that looks through whatever you're trying to get and says, no, this is classified, it has to stay here? I don't even understand. Like, can you just go into the White House as a political official with a name tag and walk out with whatever the hell you want? Like, how?
That's another thing that has had a long history of being investigated, both by people in the Biden administration.
You would think that classified documents would be held under tighter security, would they not?
Prosecutors, as well as career prosecutors,
they're
still
classified
in the District of Maryland in this
Serious
administration.
boomer mistake.
And the arc of that investigation, it came to the Justice Department because John Bolton, his email was hacked by a foreign government, and during the intelligence collection
That's
around
why you don't use an AOL email to talk about like the fucking national security. That's why
who even fucking uses AOL anymore? That's still a thing?
you don't do it.
that.
This is the whole reason.
From our sources, it became clear
You can see why.
to the American federal government that there might be stuff in his email account that probably shouldn't have been kept in an unsecured way.
Yep.
Well, and the hack by a foreign government of his commercial email account would sort of underscore the point that you're making about some of these other cases, but of course underscores his personal...
He doesn't want being against them being literally searched and seized. Well, they tried to do it to Trump. I mean, they gave him a mug shot. They charged him for 34.
They actually took his mug shot, which is crazy.
The same thing. That was a felony. Nah. See, you can't go at somebody and do that to someone
and not expect them to do the same thing back to you. I completely understand if I was in Trump's position, I'd have done the same thing. I would try to bring down as many of these idiots as I could because they tried to do it to me. Like,
and
straight
then
up.
expect to not have this happen.
Yeah. No.
You should have expected this to happen. You should have never done that.
And you know, this is all preventable if you just don't break the law. It's not like someone's holding a gun to your head and saying, take the documents. Bro walked out with the documents, like classified documents that are clearly illegal to just take home. Why is it so hard to just leave classified? Like, how can you just go into a place where classified documents are being held and take them home? It makes no sense. How?
If you didn't want this to happen, you shouldn't have started it. You shouldn't have started doing it. That's it. Yeah, take a shot at the king. You better not miss. Well, they did miss,
amen.
literally.
They missed twice. They couldn't lock him up. And I'm not going to say that it was a far left or far right person that shot at him. But they missed that one, too. They actually missed quite a few times, bro.
So, yeah, then lose the
I
president.
guess that's what happens whenever you're a radicalist that has, like, one less brain cell than everybody else and can't shoot.
Exactly. And it wasn't justified against Trump. Let's say it was. It doesn't matter whether it's justified or not, does it? What matters is this guy going to have his entire life fucked up because he did this or not? That's really what matters. Who cares whether it's fair?
And you know what the best part about it is? The only person that it's going to matter to is him. Because it's going to be the same political shitstorm that happened whenever Trump was getting his mugshot taken. Is that this man is either going to be, if I was Trump, I would totally do what I had said earlier, which is just sit him down, walk into the room, kind of like the way he did with those terrorists. And he's like, if anyone comes up missing or any of the soldiers leaving get shot at or hurt, you show a picture of their house and be like, and then you just get up and walk out. Do the same thing, be like, you can either stop doing what you're doing or I'm going to bury you. And I really feel like that's what happened to Hillary. I feel like that's exactly what happened to Hillary. Trump sat her ass down and was like, you can either fuck off or I'm going to bury you. Because he's not the kind of person to like mess around like that. He's just not.